Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sylvia, the CEO of CsylvicCraft. Today I'm going to show you how to add the hook to this necklace. I made this video before and I got a request from one of my lovely and beautiful subscriber, and she requested I show how to add the hook. And exactly that is what I'm doing in this tutorial. But before then, I will also show us how to achieve this V shape. Just this. How to achieve this using your matting. Though I will be doing that with a different color of bead, I'll just show you how to put it together and how you start adding your bead to fill it up. For those who have not watched the first video, the first part of this video, I'll drop a link to the first part under this particular video. So when you watch that, you come back to watch how to add the hook to this one. So to get started, I have my hook. I have my 4-hose hook. This has 4 holes here, 4 opening like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this has 2. So at this point, it depends on you, the choice of hook you want. There's this other kind of hook you can use for this necklace. This is it. So my advice here is this: if you want to attach your hook, because this is wide, if you look at it, if you use this, I would not advise you to ever use this size of hook, this particular one. If I were you, I will not use it. So you can rule this out. But if you don't have any other hook, if you don't have a choice, you can go ahead and use it. But if you want to use this, make sure you use the bigger size of this particular hook. Then this one, you can use this. This is just 2 holes. Then you just find a place here to attach it. This is what it will look like. Then if you want to use this 4 holes, this 4 opening, you see this, it will sit well on this. Because it's wide, you just use the wide one, so it goes with this. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use this 2 holes to show you how to attach the hook, this particular one. And also I have my cutter to cut the excess fishing line. I have my flat nose plier to pull the needle. Then I have my seed bead, 11/0. That's size 2 seed bead. I have this. So before I start attaching the hook, I'm going to show you how I achieve this V shape here. Like I said earlier, remember I'm not going to use the same color. I'm using different beads, different color. And here I'm bringing in a red. So for instance, you have, after doing your matting and you have it like this, you can go ahead and make one just straight matting to the length you want it. Once you finish the matting, then you make a different one as well the other side. Then if you want to achieve this V, you just come here. Let's assume this is one side of the matting and this is the other side. Then just put it together like this. You see, when you put it this way, you already have your V. This side is your V. Like this. Let me bring it closer. Okay, let's do it from this way. If I have it like this, then I will just put this on top it. Like this. If you do this, you already have the V. So what you just continue doing is just to pass your needle. Make sure that both the width and the length will be equal before you start doing this. Remember, this one is I just have 1, 2, 3 rows here, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So make sure this one is 6 as well. 6 rows in width, and the length depending on what you want, and this one 6 rows. Make sure it's equal. Then when you put it together, I'm going to show you how to join it together now. So you bring it together like this to form your V. You pick So after bringing it together, you take your fishing line, pick one and drop it on a fishing line. Then you come here, you see this first bead here. You pass through this first bead. Make sure you pass your fishing line through the first bead on this one, like this. Then you pass your left fishing line to this first bead here as well, like this. Then you pull the two. Once you pull, you see it will sit like this. Then you take one bead to crisscross it. I hope this will help. You see, when you cross, you already have this. It's joining it together now. The next thing you do, you take your right fishing line and pass it through the second bead by this side, this way. Then you also take your left and pass it through the next one, like this. Then you bring the two together. Once you pass it like this, you just take one red, whichever color you're using. You take it and you crisscross with it, like this. So here you go. You see, you already have your matting and the shape is forming. It's forming the V shape. Remember, so after matting it, you have it straight is V. So you continue like this till you get to the end of this place, to the end here. Then you tie and cut out your fishing line before you start embellishing to give you this, like this. This is exactly what I did, how I got this part. So if you look at the under, you see I made this first part matting, then I made this other part. Then just the same thing I showed you now, I had to join it together and mat it to lock it, and that gave me this V shape, just like this. So when you finish matting it, when you finish matting and joining it together, then you start the embellishing like I showed you in the previous video. So go ahead and make that. Now I'm going to show you how to add the hook. Now I'll keep this outside. Now to add my hook, this is what I'll do now. You find, since I'm using two holes, the hook that has these two openings here. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to, first of all, attach my fishing line. Just find the way. Underneath it, I'll pass my needle here, somewhere here. Then I will pull it like this. I'm going to pull. After pulling, I will make a loop. I will make a loop here. I will make a loop and tie. Make sure you can do this anyway. There's no particular place or particular bead you can do this to. Just make a loop. I'll make this 2 times. Just what you want is to secure the fishing line so that it will not pull from your bead while attaching the hook. So make a loop and tie. So after tying, I have it like this. I'll do that one more time. I'll make a loop. And I will tie it. So now secured. The next thing to do now, I'm going to remember this. When you count this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The width, when you count the rows of this matting, is 8 width. The width is 8. That you have 8 rows when making the matting. And because I'm using 2 holes, I'm going to go to the middle. After attaching your fishing line, remember this, we have 8 rows when you count from the width side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now attaching your hook, you have to look for the middle, go to the middle. So we'll count 1, 2, 3 from the left and 1, 2, 3 from the right. Then you have the 2 middle, that's the 7 and 8. Now we're going to work with the middle row. Where I tied it, I'm going to pass my needle this way, up like this. Then I'll pull it. Remember, this is the middle bead. That's the 4th row where I'm passing my needle through. Then I'll pull it. Then from here, coming out of this place, hope you can see, I'm going to pick 4 seed bead. This is 4 seed bead, like this. I'll let it drop. Then I'll take my hook. This is what I have. I'm going to take my hook with my needle. Then I'll pull it. So holding my hook, then I'm going to pass my needle through this first bead, like this, the first bead. Then I'll pull it. Once I pull, I'll have it like this. Like this. Then make sure you pull tight as you're doing this. Make sure it's very tight. Then I'm picking 3 beads again, 3 seed bead. Like this. Then I will let it drop. Then now this is coming out of this place. Here I'm going to pass my needle back through this. Remember, we're working with the middle beads. I'm going to pass my needle through this particular bead here. This is where we're coming out from. Then through this next one here, like this. This bead. We're working with the matting under, not the embellished beads. Not the bead we use for embellishment, just the matting we did previously. That's where where I'm working with now. I'm working with the matting, then I'm passing through the matting, not the embellished beads. So take note of that. So make sure you arrange this very well so it will align. So now this is what it looks like. Once you attach your fishing line, this is what it is. Like this. I have it like this, attached, secured. So I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to the other part, the second one, the second middle bead, like this. I'm going to, once you're here, so I'm going to work my way here, up, down this bead. I'm going to the second one, the middle roll as well. Then I'll pull my needle from here. Make sure though the beads you use for embellishment don't get on your way. Be careful and attentive as you do this part, as you attach your hook. There are so many ways of adding your hook, but this is the simplest. And when you finish attaching your hook, it looks professional this way instead of using the other pattern. So pay attention to this. Remember, I'm working with the matting part, not the bead we use for embellishment. I've said that before. So just find your way. Make sure it doesn't get on your way. And another way of doing this, you can add your hook before embellishing. That will make it perfect. You will not go through the stress. You just have to, before you start embellishing, once you're done with your matting, you attach your hook. You know that you will not struggle with finding a space or where to put your hook. you just need to attach your hook first before you start your embellishment. So anyone that you prefer, whichever way is still okay. So I have the first seed bead for the next part. Remember, we're using 2 holes now. So I've done the first one. Then here I'm passing my needle through the next hole, which is the second hole here. Then I'll pull it. Make sure you pull tight. Make sure you pull tight. I repeat. So once you're here, remember to pass your needle through the first bead you picked from that 4. Remember this step. You pull. If you will not understand, if you're not getting this, make sure, if you think this will be difficult for you, make sure you attach your hook before embellishing. Then I'm picking 3 now. Remember I picked 4 before. I'm going to pick 3 beads. Then I will pass it. Remember, this is where I started from. I came out from this bead here. Then I'm going to pass my needle back through this. I hope you can see this. You see, we've attached this hook already, just to find the way now. At this point, I just need to place a bead, the matting side. I will pass my needle and find a way to tie it. So coming out of here, I'm going to pass my needle through the next bead by the side. Then I will pull it. Once I pull, you see this? This is what I have at this point. So now I'm going to tie. But first, let me turn it this way so we'll see very well. This is where I am now. This is the under of the bead. So I'm going to pass my needle through this bead here to reinforce it. So I'm going to pull. After I pull, then I'll pass through more beads. I'll pass through those beads like this. I'm taking my time doing this so we'll understand it. Make sure you pull well. So at this point, this is what I have. Now I'm going to make a loop. I'll make a loop and I will tie. I'll make a loop. And I will tie it. I'll make another loop here. I will tie. So this is it. I'm going to cut out my fishing line. Now my hook for this part is attached. So I'm going to attach the other part, then I'll show you how it will look like. So after attaching the hook, this is what it looks like. This is the back. So if this video was really helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up, share my videos, like them, and comment if you have any concern after this point, and I will be glad to respond. And if it's your first time or you've not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so for more interesting video. Feel free to request a design, or if there's any video I made before now and you don't understand and you really want to learn it, let me know. I'll be glad to do a video on that and clarify you on the area where you're having difficulties. See you next time. Bye bye.